Yes, so first of all, the objective of the regulator in a country is that to offer the best value for the mobile subscriber of the country. We can see that a few years ago, we are talking about early 2000s, this was not there. The bodies were not created at that time, so prices were high, no competition. It's also only the incumbent or the monopoly situation. This was not helping to create new value for the subscriber, neither to attract new services. So after that, we can see countries like UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, where they have strong regulatory bodies. The market immediately started to be deregulated quickly. It offered a lot of value for the subscribers. You can see in most of the Gulf states, they have high penetration rates, new services, lower prices, new value for the subscriber. That's why, because the regulator is putting a lot of pressure over the mobile operators. Now we are moving even in this region, I mean the Middle East, towards going through MVNOs. We saw Virgin coming to the region, and they are thinking to move to another country apart from Qatar. We saw a country like Oman, 2 mobile operators with more than 2 MVNOs. Also the MVNEs is coming along as well. This means that the regulators can add value to the country. We hope big countries like Egypt, where they have a big population, also they are moving towards the direction. Now we have 3 mobile operators. Penetration is increasing a lot. So from 40% 2 years ago, we are talking about 65% penetration in a country like Egypt. This is very good. We also need this to move as well to the internet. So in a country like 70% mobile penetration like Egypt, you still have less than 7% penetration in internet. Okay, this is also something very important from the regulators. This will take some time, but it needs to move more quicker than this, because this will add value to this region. This is a very rich region in terms of cash. Mobile subscribers, they always love new services, but they need to compare this to other mature regions like Europe, like the US, which we don't see now. Yes, in this case, of course, the ARPU will continue to grow. Why? Because now we have very strong marketing teams inside the mobile operators. We can see that they are creating the demand. They are designing tailor-made campaigns based on the segments. We need to admit that the Gulf region, it doesn't have only the local citizens. It has a lot of expats. A country like UAE, it has more than 200 nationalities living there. So if I don't design tailor-made marketing campaigns, I will not be able to attract those segments to my network. So we see Etisalat, they are designing tailor-made marketing campaigns. They are creating new services. This is really obvious. But we can see now we have TV, we have video on demand, we have broadband, of course, services. All this now, it's in a bundled package coming in the region. Very soon we will see that you can pay a monthly subscription and you have unlimited calls for certain destinations, like what's happening in Europe. I'm talking here that this also will affect the ARPU, will affect the ARPU to increase. We still have the regulatory bodies are supporting the mobile operators in order to maintain their high ARPUs somehow. Okay, so we see Kuwait, the 2 mobile operators are having one of the highest ARPUs in the world. Same as well for the Gulf. With some countries in the Gulf, you will see penetration more than 130% and the ARPU is still high. This means that with some marketing, we can create some demand for new services. So I believe still that roaming is a key, and the new value-added services coming for mobile subscribers, okay, depending on their segment in the market. Remember that in the region, I mean about Middle East, North Africa, we have main touristic destinations. I'm talking about Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, UAE, of course, having Dubai on board as well. Yes, it is a key. In some countries, it represents up to 30% of the operator revenue. It has twofold. Now, some countries are really, like Saudi Arabia, they are dropping the rates because of the tough competition in the market in order to attract and to increase their roaming business. This is happening in Saudi, it's happening as well in Egypt. Some other countries, they are still maintaining the high, let's say, cost on their subscriber, bearing into consideration that they have the best service. So that's why you will see that we have a lot now of 3G operators, 3.5G operators. LTE is under discussions with so many operators. We just, it's a matter of what would be the cost of having a license for LTE. So in that case, roaming is a key, and it will continue to be a key in the region because we are attracting now either for business tourism or for the normal tourism coming to other countries. So people will continue to come here. On the other hand, most of the Middle East people, they love to go out, to go abroad, to Europe, to the US, to the Far East, especially we are in the Middle East, which are in the middle of the world. So we have huge traffic, tourists between the region and the Far East, Central and Far East. We have also to the US, we have to Europe, and you can see this during the summer vacations, summer holidays, during the major events like Eid, Hajj, Christmas. All this, of course, is affecting the revenues to continue to be a key revenue for the mobile operator. It will depend, of course, on the profile of the mobile operator. So in a country like UAE or Qatar, which it's a business focus in the country, it's a major income for the country. In that case, yes, of course, value-added services, it will pick up very, very quickly. And you can see this impact when we had the incident of BlackBerry problems in UAE and Saudi Arabia. Because when the decision was made to stop using those services in the country, a lot of business subscribers were really impacted because what could be the alternative? I am depending on my life, I'm always traveler, I depend on my BlackBerry. Yes, there are other value-added services that can help, but it will never compensate missing the BlackBerry service. So this is one of the value-added services. As well, we can see a lot of traffic as Belgacom for video telephony. Okay, this is picking up very quickly. The cost is realistic. Some of people, they afford this and they really enjoy, especially that we have network resources in the region that can allow that those services flow easily with a very high quality, and the cost is reasonable.